Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to Workers and Resources. In the last episode, we got this chunker up and running. It was a rather short episode and I apologize for, having the mute button hit. I'm trying to work on that, but considering I have an upper respiratory thing that hasn't ever gone away in the last decade, I frequently have to mute as much as possible to, prevent you guys from hearing me cough nonstop. And sometimes that means, as a professional YouTuber, I do mess things up and forget to unmute. Anyways, we are relatively successful, I would say, in that we're not hemorrhaging money anymore. In fact, we are making just a little bit of money. And I do want to push that a little further, but there's a couple of things that we also need to work on simply to make our citizens happy. And believe me when I say, I do care about citizens' happiness. Hello, Other Train, how you doing? Hope you're doing great. So we want to work on the happiness level of our city today, but also I really think we can start making some solid cash by first importing all of the goods necessary to make clothing, but eventually transition quickly into producing all of our own goods to then make clothing and export that. Now, one of the downsides of this area is that it is very mountainous and it's very hard to connect certain resources. So for instance, I looked into the what it takes to make realistic stuff, and like steel's going to be a little bit hard to create, not impossible, but difficult. We have concrete, we have asphalt, all these things can be made, but it is a little bit difficult considering the terrain, which is all part of the game itself. So it's not like I'm going to give up and be unsatisfied. Wow, that was an unnecessary zoom in. But it is something that we have to take into consideration, that it will just take time. And I do want to respect your time. So as we look into here, yes, we see that the citizens' loyalty seems really low. Now, we kind of experienced a downward spiral of issues over here. Now, one of these guys does need to be taking... Let's see, you're going to be at the cinema. I need you to add the Secret Service place, and then I need you to move to this stop, please. Yep, I'm going to make you pull a Yui because I need you functioning. I need these guys all over the place doing all the things they need to do. In order to do that, you got to have some good Secret Service agents. And so they are going to be perusing around, and it looks like, wow, we've got a lot here. Unable to get food, enjoy culture. How can you not get food? You're right. Can I squeeze? Ah, so that's the dealio. But no, they should be able to just walk down the street and go to the flippin' flappin' grocery store, people. It's not hard. Maybe this is part of our reason. We just kind of have some dodos that don't know where they need to go. Or like here, where the road system just didn't connect. There we are. Okay. Roads connected everywhere. That's what we need. So these people, garbage container is full. So garbage... I do kind of hope someone speaks up, because garbage is something that I really struggle with. Let's go right here, and what I assume is that people will just drop their own garbage off. Is that correct? That's kind of what I'm assuming here is what works. And then we simply need to say, hey, by the way, you need to, after stopping here, I need you to add a load all. There we go. So we could do a full circle, come back, and then he'll be on his merry. Now you'll see that it's going up. Things are going up. They are looking better. But what I'm also believe that I'm seeing is that like people over here are unsatisfied because there's no building or there's no power supplies and things of that nature. So I'm wondering if that isn't a large part. Unable to get electronics. They're starving. A lack of meat. Unable to enjoy culture. Able to visit a hospital, pray in church. We want to try and mitigate the prayer in church thing a lot as well. So we desperately need to work on that. Goods are missing, garbage truck. Oh, sweet heavenly mercy. This is the thing that is just like good loady. We're a bit of a mess over here. Let's see, a lot of citizens to move in. There's 5 people in there. We also might start purging some of these places that don't have people. Like this, no one lives here. Okay, cool. Then yeah, let's move out. Like we could totally do a nice big purge, and hopefully we can get people starting to move over into here. And in fact, we probably should build a couple more houses to do that. We're all about trying to just get people to move out of their rinky-dink houses and join the glorious Soviet Republic. Like that is literally what I'm here for. Is to ensure that everyone does that. Garbage containers overfilled. This is without power. Oh, really? Do they really not have power? Wild. So they're just on those outskirts. So I suppose we could build a little expansion block here. Well, actually, let's build an expansion block back here. Because remember, I mean, that's part of happiness. Rightfully so, no one should live here, but like, that's a lot of space that we could have people going. And then in terms of, okay, nope, we're good, we're good. Trains can't pass. Train collision is also something that I need to work on. I need to spend some time and figure out which train belongs on which track and separate them like that, because the issue was I had them both going into a singular track and it caused some problems. You guys are a little bit dumb, aren't you? Okay, so this is the train aggregate. Tell me where this is. Okay, that's the bottom track. Okay, and then I need to make sure you get on that bottom track. But I think you went to the top track, didn't you? You goofball. It's fine. We'll figure that out later. I'm too scatterbrained today. Apologies. So, happiness. What I think we need to do is I think we need to build a radio station. And the reason why we need to build a radio station, and I think we could build it, it's got to have access to power. I think we could build it right there. It would require us to eminent domain this stuff. That's all right. Just move into the houses. Actually, we don't have houses availability. Desperately need to do that. But anyways, what we need to do is we are selling radios, but there's literally no reason to tune in, right? Which I think is a little bit of a goofball thing. So what we need to do, that's connected to everything. My only concern is that I can't connect it to the road, which is just not doing automatically. That's fine. All right, we're connected to everything there. And then I assume it just isn't a problem, or is it a problem? Sometimes this game really hates me. That crossing's not allowed. I assume it's because of this. Yeah, I think we are going to have to start purging a lot of the native areas and start forcing them to move in. Like, that's just what's got to happen in order for, you know, society to really and truly thrive. I just think it's just a thing that needs done. Sweet. So what that's going to allow us to do is that it's going to allow us to be able to utilize all the radios that we're selling. And the hope is also that we'll be able to sell more radios. Where are we at? The House of Culture. No, where's my shopping center? There it is. So we have electronics. And we do have the price level pretty daggum low. Which, of course, you know, it's not there that we really need to worry about the expenses. I'm not trying to make, you know, tons and tons of bucks over here. In order to get things rolling like I want to. And so what we're going to do, let's see, small garbage. Don't need to load and unload. We only need to load from the garbage. I'm going to make you go a stupidly long route. I'm going to make you add that. But anyways, and so the goal here is that we could actually start utilizing the radio station and utilizing the radios that people have purchased in the hopes that once they see that there is radio coverage, that they will start buying more of them and therefore increasing the propaganda, increasing all the things we need to do. Sweet. Okay, so government loyalty, we're going to set it 50% for now. We do need actors and we do need staff, which they'll start pouring in. There we go. And you can see our active listeners are going up by a wee bit. There we go. Look at that. So cultural enjoyment is a big thing without a doubt. But I think the preference for alcohol, we're actually going to jump down because one of the things we're suffering from is alcohol addiction. That's a 26% issue. Like, that's a lot. Enthusiasm for sports. We also are probably going to bump up anti-religion and maybe a wee bit of propaganda. But anyways, we want sympathy to go down by like a ton in here. So that will increase our things there because you'll see unable to pray in a church is a large part of the viewing audience over here. And that's a thing that we really need to work on. So nice. We have 400 listeners. 2% of the population have a radio. Yeah, so not a big population at all. But it's still something we need to get more people into. And again, the hopes is that they will start doing the things they need to do. So that's a big, giant... That is like true Soviet form right there. Like, I actually really like how that looks. Like for the glory of the Soviet Empire, 100%. That was a weird noise. I don't know what my computer just did. All right, so we are hemorrhaging a little bit, but as you can see, we're still making some good money. So what we need to do now is expand, because that's just the great thing that we need to do, because, well, we need more people. As you can see, We have a 1% unemployment force. All of these people are without jobs, but I don't know why they wouldn't just be able to move right along. Our bus station is decently full. Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to have passengers as well. But I don't know what a passenger train would look like, or a passenger bus system. Would we bring them over to the culture area? I don't know that we would. What we also need to do, I think we need to build a couple more garbage things. And for now, I see. Garbage containers overfilled. We need to put some garbage over here and have it be able to be picked up. Once again, this is just a dead-end road. Okay, can't delete that. That's all good in the neighborhood. Road's super finicky here. There we go. Now we should be able to build a dump there, and they can start dumping all of their garbage. I don't know why they're walking to that. You guys don't need that. They have tons of routes. But let's go ahead and add another one. We need a small one for this one for sure. Okay, and then we'll just for now take you over to there. There is an electricity problem. What's up? Oh, we don't need a heating thing. It's 41 degrees. That's nice and warm. You're fine. You're fine. But I did notice that these guys have a ton of waste. Literally have a ton of waste. So you're from the coal processing plant. I'm going to add a stop there. But I want you to add it here. Cool. So they'll be able to take him. No problem. I do want you to move to that stop and take out their waste, because if it gets full, we have a big problem. What's this? The voltage keeps flip-flopping. Okay, well, I think we actually did hit that. Sewage tank is overflowing. Oh, wow, that is really bad. Goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen. This is the state in which, like, I thought we had this taken care of. Is there a way to see my lines? So there's power, there's water, there's sewage. Oh, we don't have another sewage line, do we? This is a switch, I believe. It is a switch. Okay, so we're just gonna build it right next to it, by the way. That allows us, because I think we're gonna build our other industries here. And so we're just gonna allow that to be where it goes. And then, why can I not build over here? This is a sewage line, correct? This is a sewage switch, correct? Oh, that's a water switch. Where's my sewage switch? Sewage switch is down here. I was just looking at the wrong thing. This is another case where we want to do this. And it looks like we might have to dive a little deep. So let's go. We need to decrease the bridge height. Decrease it again. Or we can start over. So we can't do that because that's a conflict. I'm wondering why I can't go underneath this pipe. Well, okay. Well, it's saying that I can do... Fine, we'll just do this. Whatever. And I can squeeze in between these two lines, I believe. All right, that was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. But essentially what we're doing in order to make everything work is we're building a switch, or a sewage pump. It allows us to pump everything out of there, which should allow all the garbage to be gone from there. Friggin' brilliant. Okay, it's a little janky, but it's okay. I'm totally all right with it. Getting back to business now. We are working on the happiness. Happiness is not going up, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. But I do believe that the issue there will be resolved. You can see that our health is going up too, which insufficient or polluted drinking water. We've already kind of worked on that. But we're all good there. Let's see. Education. We have no education, basic education, and university education. We're already working on that a little bit with our headquarters of the party, at least getting them conditioned, as it were. So that's not too bad. We do have our technical university as well. We are really just working on professors more than anything. For students according to education, nah, we're fine there. No worries on that front. Our water quality is great too. So I really can't complain. We have a lot of cultural enjoyment. We need more sports enjoyment. But right here, you'll see you can, oh my word, the garbage container thing. So people really aren't enjoying this because we don't have access to garbage. I don't get it. I don't understand how garbage operates in this game. I just don't. I'll have to really try and do some dedicated research because it needs to happen. This substation is without power. Did we know this? Are there people that are suffering because of this? Too many connections? Or are they not connected at all? I think the issue is that we're not connected at all, and that I goofed up when I rebuilt this road. Because one of the things we do have to be mindful of, maximum consumption, total wattage of all connected buildings. So we are experiencing some wattage issues, and this is starting to fluctuate real heavily. Is there a reason for that? Consuming loads of goods. We may just kind of be stressing our power anyways. We're missing mixed waste. Okay, so we're seeing significant growth here. I'm wondering if we just completely missed a frickin' no, I just think they're cranking out that much. Then go here, then go here, then go there. Cool. All right, so that should solve that problem. But again, it's a lot harder to get this happiness up than I thought. How is our radio station going? We're hitting a decent number of people. The ratings are fluctuating, but you can see we're having a little bit of a religious effect. Now, I don't know what the influence actually does overall. So for instance, I don't know if, how long this is taking. Wow, we have a current audience of 25 listeners. It's all good. I think what we do here is we're going to spend the rest of the day spending some money, because we do have some money to spend. We're not hemorrhaging that badly whatsoever. But I think we build some new buildings, kind of fill this area out, and then we start building some cultural things. We already have a cinema, which is doing a good number, but we have to continue on and do more. 100%. Oh, building's on fire. We do have a fire station. Look at that. They're already reacting to it. So let's build us some more people. And I'm wondering if we shouldn't just go big, stupid flat houses. And I'm also wondering if we shouldn't do big, stupid flat houses that have road access. And the reason being, I need to figure out why. Oh, my word. Oh, this incinerator's fine. We need to figure out how to get these people to work on their trash issues. Because, by golly, it's an issue. Here, we can build over here. This will work just fine. They're still within a decent location. I'm trying to see... I could build a whole new block right up to here. So, in fact, I do believe I could build right there and then work on an entire strip to that point. Connecting this guy right here. And then we can just start expanding. Look at that. Flippin' flappin' brilliant. And then we can start connecting people to there. Secret Service, in case they want to go to the Secret Service for the day. You know, bring your kid to work day would probably be really good. All right, there we go. Just hope that they aren't anti-propaganda. Anyways, let's get into this. What building do we want to do is the big question here. I love this style, but I don't think it fits over there. And unfortunately, like, this literally won't fit without it being really awkward. So we do need some decent looking prefabs that are just connected to everything. Now, they can connect all the way over here, which is grand. And I am wondering, 18 grand versus 33. I'm wondering if some smaller buildings just isn't the way to go. You can hear them playing all sorts of cinema-minded things. Okay, so we already determined we can't do the big boys. We could do these, but I don't see the reason why they need 3 separate connections. And I'm wondering if we don't build something that is just a little more road-minded. City happiness, or, yeah, citizens happiness. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This guy's worries so much about nothing. And also trying to be mindful of the number, the cost of things. For sure. Because, like, 34 grand, that's a lot for a freaking building. Are these big? They are big. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I feel really dumb. I feel extremely dumb. Like, you have no idea how dumb I feel. So, this is just part of the game, and I'm totally okay with this now, by the way. Like, I am totally okay with this. We have solved the trash problem. Now, admittedly, I can't purchase any more of them, which makes sense because I think we only have, like, a limited number. But I feel so stupid. We needed a place to bring all of this stuff, right? Well, I didn't assign anything for the mixed waste in technical services. I didn't assign the dump over here, right? And that's interesting because now, look at this. They've gone out and they're starting to tackle all of the waste things. and they're starting to bring them over there. They are doing it by themselves. I feel like an idiot. We no longer need to worry about anything. Just, I won't say worry about anything. We do need to worry about a lot of stuff. But in terms of like this sort of deal, I can build this and services will totally pick it up. I'm so happy right now, guys. And I do feel like a bit of an idiot. But again, it's one of the nuances of the game. I'm not upset about it at all. It's just like, I could have been doing this the whole time and we would have been okay. There we go. This should allow a lot of people to move in and maybe even move out of their homes over here and into places over here. Because, I mean, we're stacked full. Also, like, hello. Would you like to throw me some sugar across the way there, please? Which is fine. Nope, this is all good. This is great. They're pulling from all the stuff here. Oh, I love it. Okay, we're in such a good place. And that should help both with trash as well as happiness, I feel. Since we're not having to worry about the issues of trash anymore. Oh my word, this is fantastic. So let's go ahead and do some attractions here. Now this isn't a hotel. We're not worrying about that sort of stuff. What we do want are things, we just want more sports. And we can do more sports-minded things over here and do almost like a little complex if we wanted to. We've already done the complex over in that area over here, excuse me. You know, over in here, but it really helps to bring things in and allow them to have more places to do stuff. Like, I'm always all for this. And we cannot forget that the glorious Soviet Russia shall endure with our propaganda. There we go. That should allow us to be really good. The rating should go up. We just want things to be relatively cheap. No issues there. Secret Services rolling as well. And the hope is that, yeah, we'll slowly be able to go up, because I do believe the higher the happiness, the more productive they are. And we really want incredibly productive citizens. Incredibly productive. Now, I'm sure there are other things we could do. We have football, volleyball, we have a city stadium. I don't think a city stadium would be that great of a thing to invest in right now. We do have a beach, which I do plan on getting into some tourism. We could definitely push on that too. But then this is where also culture comes in. So we have a government loyalty that's pretty daggum high. I enjoyed that a lot. We have cultural enjoyment is not all that great across the board. And in fact, over here, it's really, really bad. So we do have plenty of cultural enjoyment facilities that we can do. We don't need a pyramid museum. I think a Museum of the Republic would actually be a really good one. And that would satiate quite a lot of people over here. Why not go right next to the university? We can do that. Let's do a gallery of art. I just don't know that a gallery of art would be that useful. Would it? Would a gallery of art really be that cool? I just can't see it. There we go. We'll get some staff in. We now have an unemployment of 5, which is great. That's all well and good. And we got a big boost, a bump from there, working and rocking and rolling. All right. I think we're okay here for now. We have a lifespan that is increasing, which is awesome. Our health change is increasing, and then our happiness is also increasing. There's a lack of meat. There is a degree of starvation. I just don't know where it's happening. And this is where I want to, like, you know what? Let's take some time. I'm going to kind of force the people to move a little bit. Yes, I do believe that's what we're going to do. Sewage tank is doing okay. Water's doing okay, 99%. Great. We will be right back. All right, so we only did a tiny bit. And the reason why is I don't want to force people. Oh my word, the trains are colliding again. All right, we got to figure this out. Let's go. Okay, so you are the bottom one. And that's the bottom train track all the way every day. Right? Correct. Okay, so what we need to do is you need to turn... Nope. I need you to turn around. I'm going to have you turn around again until we're both over there. Sweet. Now what I need you to do is I need you to never cross this plane again. You guys are separated forever. There you go. And now you have no reason to ever cross each other's paths. Again, unless you go over to here. But that's to go into the train station. No. 9. No. You're not doing any of this. We're going to rebuild this just real quick. Okay, there we go. So now they should never ever cross paths. And we should be good. This one's saying, oh my word, how did he get over there? Oh, you stupid little train. You are killing me, Smalls. There you go. Now I have to fix all of my train tracks. Because I was fixing this earlier. And I didn't realize the extent to which it needed fixed. Okay. And then you're going to cross there. Now, admittedly, I do know that there are, you know, services and stuff that we can do, switches and things of that nature. I've never been able to figure those out because I am a little bit slow on that front. But regardless, this should fix the problem. We should all be good. You saying you can't, and why not? We got your train all the way over there, switching to go over to that front. Because you, right? You go up here. And you have... Oh, we don't. It's slightly screwed up. Now that should help this train, correct? There we go. Perfect. All right, great. Fantastic. We're at 4.2 million buckaroonies, and I'm a little bit concerned about being able to make money. So we're going to walk over into... Let's take a look here real quick. We're almost maxed out on construction gravel. Now, the thing is, gravel is, like, heckin' cheap. Correct? Like, I cannot imagine that gravel exports for a lot. Nope. Economy and trade. We can sell gravel at 8 rubles a ton, which means I have $5,600 in here. I don't even think that's worth the price of fuel. I'll be completely honest. So what we need to do, I think, is we definitely need to find a good export. We are going to start on some clothes. We're going to build a fabric factory and then a clothing factory. That clothing factory will then go and then be exported at that point. Now, we will also work on logistics, probably in the next episode. But regardless, what we need to do is to work on this tiny little space over here. I think expansion should be a bit to focus on this area rather than make this main artery. What's our electricity problem? Oh, sweet mercy. It's probably because I knocked out a power line somewhere. The thing is, I cannot see where my power lines are. We got power lines going to this dude. Did they get knocked out? Or we have no power? Okay. We're good. We're good now, right? Okay, cool. We need to make sure that there is a constant supply here, and I'm not quite sure how to make sure that happens. What we could do is we could say, hey, by the way, we're going to build a new bus stop here. So we could definitely incorporate that, because we are going to build another bus stop. And I'm going to build it before we do anything else. Admittedly, I would love to start figuring out some trolley buses, but I don't think we're remotely there yet. So we are going to... There is nothing else in the way. You're dumb. Please stop. There we go. All right, so what do we need? We need, very, very simply, we need clothes or a fabric factory and then a clothing factory. So basically, we can only make 1.2 tons of clothing. I mean, to be honest, we don't even need a fabric factory. We could just import fabric. But let's see what it takes. Crops, chemicals, water, and power. So if we were to go over here and we were to import crops, that's 17.28 per ton. And then chemicals are 900 per ton, which is quite a bit, but we wouldn't really use much at all. Then what we could do is we could... We got to do some math here. So at this point, I can make 4.8 tons of fabric per day. Consumption at maximum production is 0.48 tons of chemicals. I assume per day. So 19 tons of crops at 17 rubles per. That's 323 rubles. Is that correct? Wow, that's freaking cheap. Okay. And then half a ton of chemicals per day, which is 900. So per day, we could bring in approximately 1,200 rubles. We would spend 1,200 rubles per day, making 4.8 tons of fabric. So if we did 361 times 4.8, that's approximately 1,700 rubles if we just imported fabric straight in terms of production. Now, a clothing factory can make or consume 2.3 tons of fabric, which is only like 700 bucks. Let's say 800. That's per day. But with one facility here, we can make enough to power 2 clothing factories at once. You know what? For the sake of simply providing... Do they need water? They do need water. For the sake of providing enough for these guys to be able to pump out stuff, I say we keep... Yeah, we build our clothing facility here. Now, I know this is probably more logistically not simple than this. I'm going to try and see what it takes. There we go. 31,000 rubles. And then we're going to build a clothing factory. We should be able to have more than one. There we go. That's exactly what I want right here. Okay, so what do we need? No workers, no resources, missing crops, chemicals, and water. So we're going to connect everything first. Let's go ahead and actually have like yeah, I think that works. That way they're all getting to the right people. That is like a connection between the two of those. We can go straight into here, start getting buses and stuff. Now, we will automatically purchase with rubles. Let's do... They can only consume a maximum of 19 tons. That's fine. That'll still take them a lot longer. There we go, because that's the least that we can purchase, which is fine. That's going to be a really heavy consumption day, but that's all good. Okay, and then they will just straight up import. Cool. So what we need now is they need water and they need power. Now we have power, correct? We do have power, but they're just not using any of it. That's totally fine. And then what we need is we need water. And so this is where a switch is going to come in handy. So we have a switch here, correct? That's a water switch. We're going to need another water switch over here. There's my water switch. We're going to bring in the imports. We're going to bring in the import right here. I probably should have. We're going to go right there. But then I'm also going to... Where's my other water switch? Right there. Let's go ahead and just do another switch there, because I just don't trust in my current water network. I just don't. And then we can connect there, and then we can go just like that. In theory, that should give us all the water that we need, and it's working perfect. And not only that, but I do believe the water quality is at 99%, which is a typical thing that we need to worry about. Okay, and now we just need a bus. And we should be ready to rock and roll all night. And party every day. But let's get... What do we have? We have a whole bunch of workers here. We have 12 workers, 15 workers, a lot of workers without jobs. And they're probably heading to this place. But I think we want to go ahead and build a new bus stop here. Can I make that hard turn? Bada bing, bada boom. And then we can totally pump. Sweet. Bringing in loads of workers. We don't need passengers. I literally just need workers. And we can totally work on something different for the passengers and stuff in the future. But right now, I just need daggum workers. And then what we need to do, let's go ahead and have an 80 passenger. We're gonna have 2 of them. And your job is literally to go from this bus stop to this bus stop. Now, admittedly, there's probably a better solution here to reduce traffic. Like that. And we'd be good. They may be able to do that a little bit better. And then I could even just go straight up like that. Don't know that we're ready to connect that. Is that a major artery? Let's kind of have them go this way and kind of divert. I don't know what we'll build here. But like, for instance, this is getting really, really heavy. And what I don't want to have happen is where traffic gets too stupidly heavy. That's a big no-no for me. Okay. So, in theory, they are operating. They're cranking out fabric. This building is without drinking water. Oh, we need a water substation, that's what you're saying. Which is fine, because we actually do have a connection that we can do. We would just have to do a slight modification. Why can I not do this? Awesome. And that should satiate everyone. Making lots of clothing. That's great. And then what we need to do, because we're not going to directly export this. And I'll tell you why. Because we're going to go and do this. We have the time. Maybe a lot longer of an episode today, but I think it'll be all right. Let's go to miscellaneous. We need storages. Where are my storage facilities? Alright, this is a stupidly big warehouse. We don't need a really big warehouse. In fact, I just need something really incredibly simple. I don't even need something that crazy. Here we go. So for now, anyways, we can make that. So what it's going to do is it's going to automatically export all of this, which it should do faster. Buildings without a power supply. Are you serious? So what happens if I built the storage a little bit further up? Okay, well, unfortunately, I do think we're going to have to build this a little further up. I do want that storage facility to have access. Where's my road? I think it's just right there. Great. All right, so the reason why we wanted to do this... Man, it's slow as freaking get out. Are there other storage facilities that are faster? Like, I just wonder if that's the deal. Like, it's just slow. Like, my word. We just don't need anything huge. We don't. That's not necessary whatsoever. Maybe that's just how slow it goes. Okay, but anyways, what we wanted to do here is I want to get... is it road depots? No, it's a logistics thing. Not a bus platform. Technical services? No. This is a distribution thing. Aha, found it. Okay, so it's in General Cargo Distribution Office. I don't think we need a big distribution office. We can always expand, and that's the kicker with all this. We can always expand. So our distribution office is going to allow us to say, hey, we want to start bringing goods to certain areas. So what we can do, and if I'm correct in this, power supply, dadgummit. Why you have to make it so hard? Why so hard? Distribution office. Oh, come on. There we go. We can totally do it here. Sweet. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, the distribution office does need some vehicles. And what we can do is we could say, hey, we need this guy. And we are going to say, hey, working for a small distribution office. Need to assign a task. What I need to do is we have this, and I want to turn off. See, how much were we paying? Yeah, see, that's a ton of clothes. And so what I need for him to do is, and this is what I'm not sure of. We need to add a new connection. Okay, so we can connect to here, and we need to unload clothes here and here if you have the capacity for it. And so he should, in theory, should. We're going to load clothes, and you're going to unload clothes. No vehicles have loaded cargo for unload. It's a distribution threshold. I'm not sure what that means, I'm going to be completely honest. But that should work. Like, you should be good, right? Vehicles load cargoes when storage are filled to a bigger percentage than this. Oh, okay, no, we just... Vehicles unload cargo to buildings when storages are filled to a lower percentage. Okay, so in theory, they're going to run out of clothes, right? Which means we should be saving some money in the long run with this. They're going to be running out of clothes. Once they run out of clothes, then they will start picking things up. That's the hope anyways. And then what we can also do... Man, we need more workers. We need a lot more workers. So we can build that up too. So we're going to go ahead and find out where he is, because we want to kind of rotate this between them two, so there's almost like a constant flow. So what we're going to do is basically he's going to pick up, and then as soon as he picks up, I'm going to tell him to leave. So we can make sure that we have a constant flow of workers. Now, admittedly, I think in the future we can build some trams and stuff like that, maybe a different part of the city. There we go. So you're going to have a jolly good time picking up loads of people. We do have a decent bit of unemployment, but again, the hope is that we can start transporting a lot of goods. And then what I am also going to do to kind of wrap up the episode today is we are going to get a covered hull. We should... Is 4.5 tons enough? It may be almost too little. 4.5 tons will be enough. So what we want to do is we want to pick up clothes. And you're going to shimmy on down to here. And you're going to unload. And so what he's going to do is he's going to pick up 4.5 tons of that, which is going to net us. I mean, it's not going to net us a lot, but it's going to be 5 grand every time. And if we were able to, you know, like double the resource production, which I totally think we could, I think we could build 2 sets of these. We would be in a really good place. Yeah, because they're consuming 2.3 tons of fabric. Oh, they can't export wastewater. Ooh. That's a big deal. This is more than just a sewage tank. This is literally like we need to get rid of our sewage discharge and do it that way. Which means we need to build another one of these. Which wasn't easy to build, by the way. Oh, that was too easy. Okay. It's showing me up now. It's like, oh yeah, really? Let's go to ours. We need a sewage switch for sure. I mean, at this point, I'm switching it up every single time. We want 3 into 1. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. And we're actually going to need 2 sets of these because I am going to go ahead and double up, I think. So if we double up, then we need to make sure we have 2. I'm going to have 1 over here. 1 over here. And then we're going to actually have to build 3, which means I may need a sewage pump. No, I may not need a sewage pump. We're going to see if I can get by without one. Okay, so we're going to build that like that. Bada bing, bada boom. This says it'll work that way. This says it should work that way. Great. And then now we just have to connect it. And this is almost the more difficult part. All right, in theory, this should work. Once we get this built. Are we pumping out wastewater? Oh, no, it's a sewage tank. Yeah. So we should be good. Are they just not building this, or is it taking a while? Oh, it's just taking a while. Because it is like freaking heckin' deep. Are we running? It's operating without issues. But is it operating without issues? No, it's not. We have a disconnect somewhere. Oh, we need a power supply. Okay. We can do that real quick. Goofy little power supply. Forgot that switches need that, so we can go. Why won't you let me connect substation to substation? I've never understood it. I thought that would be like a default thing that you could do, because they have multiple exit things, but apparently not. It probably wouldn't actually work anyways, if I'm being honest. Let's go with some good old-fashioned power supply things then. There's a substation. There's our grid. I feel like we need another voltage switch over here, because especially if we're supposed to get into tourism, which is what I'm wanting to do soon, we should be able to connect to that. Let's go all the way up here. Some other infrastructure is in the way. I don't believe it. I am incapable of believing such lies. Fine, if that's what we need to do. I do not care. I just need to get power from here. Or rather, to here. No, you should be good. There we go. You are good. Great. And then we're just going to do a simple line from here to there, which should power that, which should power the switch, which should start pumping out loads of waste. There we go. Which means bada bing, bada boom. We're good here, right? Yeah, that's like uber polluted. Like ridiculously polluted. And they generate tons of waste. Okay, now we're good. To the point where, like, I almost wish I had built 2 of these. So they could make more. But we're filling that up well enough. Stop production, the incinerator. Why? Because you have tons of mixed waste. You have tons of construction waste. We have tons of construction waste there. And we got to move a little bit faster. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's one thing after another. Which is why I love this game. I do thoroughly love this game. It's just so complex. But we are going to stop it here as I continue to build things and do all that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give the video a like. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Do all of those types of fun things. We will continue in the next episode to do all of the things that we wanted to do. And hopefully increase happiness. We're increasing health by a lot, which is great. Super fantastic. And we'll be right on our merry way with a little bit more exports. Hopefully being able to provide some extra goods here in the future. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is Havoc. And I'll see you in the next one.